女性は幼い頃からお尻が他の人の2倍も大きく、母親はそれを性欲が強い証拠だと教えた。しかし3年後、家が没落し、彼女は50歳の老人のもとへ無理やり嫁がされることになった。年老いた夫は毎日早く寝てしまい、女性の欲求を全く満たすことができなかった。そんなある日、一家で旅行に出かけることになったが、車に荷物を詰め込みすぎたため、女性は仕方なく18歳の義理の息子の膝の上に座ることになった。すると、思いがけず義理の息子が彼女のスカートの中に手を忍び込ませてきたのである。
I bit down on the blanket, terrified to make a sound because my 50-year-old husband was sitting less than 2 feet in front of us, humming along to the radio, driving like nothing in the world was wrong.
If I'd known what the back seat of that road trip was about to become, I would have died before ever saying a word.
15 minutes early. To save money, Richard had crammed every single supply for our beach cabin road trip into the passenger seat and the trunk. He hadn't left out so much as a bulk pack of discount toilet paper.
Richard, there's so much stuff in the car, there's nowhere for me to sit.
Then just leave her home with the rest of the crap.
Absolutely not. Olivia takes such good care of us. Well, Olivia, honey, there really isn't room back there. You'll just have to sit on Lucas's lap.
You want her sitting on my lap? Are you serious?
He just turned 18. Tall, solid, radiating something dangerous. The kind of raw male energy that filled a room before he did. Normally, he wouldn't even look at me. He'd clearly decided I was some nobody home care worker who'd married his dad just to leech off that pathetic retirement check.
Richard didn't notice. He just pulled the back door open for me, like it was the most natural thing in the world. And that's how I ended up folded into Lucas's lap, knees pressed together, wedged into a sliver of space. I shifted, trying to find a way to sit that didn't feel so close.
Hold still. Don't move.
Lucas's hand clamped down on my waist, his palm hot enough to burn through the fabric. I froze. Every muscle in my body went rigid, and I tried to keep as much air between us as I could. Honestly, I was a little afraid of him. I just hoped he wouldn't hate having me this close, but that kind of tension burns out fast. I couldn't keep it up. The midday sun was brutal. Inside the car, the air was dead. My body slowly started to soften. My eyelids kept slipping shut. I was seconds from sleep. Then, the tire hit a pothole. I dropped. I sucked in a sharp breath. My body locked up, because something hard was pressing against my thigh.
That thing, pinning into me through the thin fabric of my dress. It was no accident. It took me a long beat to realize what it was. Partly because I refused to believe it. How could he possibly be thinking about me like that? But an image forced its way to the front of my mind 2 weeks ago, late at night. I'd gotten up to use the bathroom and walked in on Lucas hunched over the sink, quietly washing out a pair of his own boxers. He was in nothing but thin gray sweatpants. The front was pulled tight, straining, obvious. He'd glared at me with pure fury and slammed the door. But that image had burned itself into my brain. I was a grown woman. I knew exactly what it meant. And now that same hardness was wedged right up against the inside of my thigh. Was it because of me? The thought hit me like a live wire. Guilt and thrill tangling together. I couldn't help it. My eyes flicked to the rearview mirror. Richard was focused on the road, oblivious, the crow's feet around his eyes, the gray creeping in at his temples. I'd never noticed them this clearly before. For 3 years now, out of sheer gratitude, I had played the part of the dutiful wife. Last night, I'd lain there, gripping the sheet, feeling him move against me, until he rolled over with that same guilty mumble.
I'm sorry, Olivia, I'm just so tired.
I wasn't sleepy anymore. My brain was locked onto one thing. Lucas, rock hard, pressed right against me. The more I pictured what sick thoughts had to be running through his head, the dizzier I got. Dizzy? No, I was burning alive. The one man on this planet who should never, ever think about me like that. It was wrong. It was twisted. It was too much to resist. And something inside me flipped like a switch. I tilted my head slightly. Lucas was leaning back against the seat, eyes closed, breathing slow and even. He looked asleep. And right then, the car rolled over a patch of loose gravel and jolted. My body launched up and came down hard, right onto that same rigid heat.
A bolt of pleasure shot straight to my skull. Months of pent-up need got slammed right into him in one violent second. I soaked right through my underwear. He was asleep. Richard was focused on the road. Nobody would ever know.
That thought, that terrible, reckless thought, cracked me wide open. I didn't pull away. I leaned in. The next time the car bounced, I let my hips meet him on the way down. I bit down on my lower lip hard enough to taste copper. My waist started moving on its own. Through that thin layer of fabric, I ground myself against him, over and over. Every pass sent me closer to losing it. The relief, after all this time, broke me completely open. I pressed down harder, harder, pretending, just for a second, that he was inside me.
What was I even thinking? Getting myself off on my stepson's body, with my husband 3 feet away. That was sick. That was fucked up. But the windows were open, and Richard was a good driver. I knew him. I knew he wouldn't take his eyes off that road. I lost myself in it completely. So completely that I didn't feel those hands close around my thighs until they were already sliding up under my skirt.
My heart skipped. Lucas was awake. He'd been awake the whole time. He'd felt every move I made. I froze. And then, right next to my ear, he let out a sound. Low, furious, barely contained. The car had gone dead silent, just the hum of the road. Richard didn't know. He was right there and he didn't know. He'd caught me, grinding on my own stepson in his sleep. He was going to destroy me, humiliate me, tell Richard, both. Either way, by the time we pulled up to that cabin, I was done. Reality hit me. Shame. Panic. Whatever was left of my conscience. I couldn't do this to Richard. He was the man who'd pulled me out of the gutter. He gave me a home, a name, a life. And look at what I was doing with it. I tried to pull away, put space between us, salvage whatever dignity I had left, but the car was too cramped. There was nowhere to go, and my clumsy squirming didn't create distance. It just turned into a slower, worse kind of grinding.
Rubbing on me like that, and I won't be responsible for what happens next.